we like when Coach confronts us. It's just he got to be prepared when we bark back. We're all grown men at the end of the day, so we don't like what he said, we can always have a man-to-man conversation.
9 points in a flash in the third quarter, and then all of a sudden at the end, take us through what happened.
I don't know. I just kind of got hit in the head, I think, and fell down, woke up, but I'm good, so everything's fine.
Was there any immediate concern, or were you a little wobbly, or just, did you stunned in the moment?
You never know what it is, but then I stood up and I was fine, so just had to check in with the doctor, and we good.
You seem to have one of your most confident games this season, especially in the third quarter, when you sort of took off and you had those 9 quick points, your highest scoring quarter. Was there something that happened in the third that turned the light switch on for you to get you going?
Not really. I'm just trying to do my thing every time, and sometimes you do better, sometimes worse, but just try to give 100%, and then we have some opportunities, you try to use them.
Coach said you were really active. He said even without the ball, you were side to side. You were helping the whole offense move also. How important is that to you to constantly stay in motion, even as a point guard when you're off the ball, to be making plays?
Yeah, I think a lot, and especially with our offense, you need to move without the ball too, because if not, it's nothing works. So yeah, I'm just trying to take my role and give 100% there, like you said, cuts and moving without the ball. So I try to embrace it.
You're going to ask Pelle for any lessons on how to get hit in the face the right way?
Yeah, I'll ask how to handle it a little bit more.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You had today, or was it just the way the flow of the game worked for you?
That's just the flow of the game that it worked. I just trust in my work. I think it's simple as that. I think the team needed me. I felt responsible for some of the losses, and I just wanted to show people that that I'm worth it. And I know that they're not maybe the best team, but still it was an important win for us.
You and your team had energy to the degree all those offensive rebounds. What energized you and the team collectively?
I think everything, the team meeting that we had last night, team dinner that we had last night. I mean, we had we had a team dinner last night. It was, something had to be said. This morning, Spo kind of went off on us, especially on Bam, which I think kind of set the tone when you start talking to captain first, and we just knew we had to take more responsibility and be more locked in. So I think it's simple as that. Just maybe we had a little more pressure on us, and it helped.
There have been a bunch of games this season. You've gotten up big, and then you weren't up big. It seems like you guys really made an effort to make sure that it never became a clutch game and never became close. Yeah. Was that the mindset?
I mean, the third quarter against started kind of slow, but I don't know what's up with that third quarter thing. We just have to get out of the halftime a little more locked in, and that's what we did. They got a few easy buckets to start the third quarter, but right after that, Norm, Bam, and Wiggs, Pelle too got us off with the easy buckets. We moved the ball great, and we never let go of the rope.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you.
As much of a problem this year, but all of a sudden we look up, there's less than 2 minutes into the game, and you're going to the bench. Did you sort of feel it's going to be one of those nights?
I was worried it was going to be one of those nights, but Wiggs kind of took the assignment off of me after that when I came back in, and so I didn't risk getting more fouls, and he did a great job, so I could just not worry about it.
Well, one of the things you always hear coaches say is you can't stop being who you are, even with the fouls. You came back in the second quarter and were highly aggressive and helped turn that game. Is that something you've sort of learned along the way? You can't worry about the third foul, you just have to keep pushing?
Yeah, I mean, especially I think in offense, the way we run, I can really push because I was sitting the whole first quarter and I had fresh legs. And then on defense, you just pick your battles, and you're gonna lose maybe one here and there. But yeah, just know you've been resting, coming with more energy.
We heard there was a team dinner last night. We heard Coach this morning sort of vented a little, even at BAM, and sort of let everyone know. Did that make this game maybe a little more important after what happened in Portland to get back on the right track?
Always important to bounce back after loss. Same thing, our other win the other day. was really important, just to bounce back from these losses and get that bad feeling, bad taste out of your mouth.
And America wants to know, will you talk to Kaz about how to properly get a shot to the head?
Man, I don't know where he is. I hope he's doing okay, but he took it like a champ.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Get back on the right track and get closer to who you are as a team.
I mean, we know what we're capable of. We just got to be more consistent with it. And that's from top to bottom.
The way you played overall, obviously the offense was there by the total. Do you feel better about the defense, or is that still a work in progress?
Still a work in progress. We gave up a lot of points off of cuts, and we know that's how they play offense. So, just being able to limit teams to their strengths, I feel like it would have been a much larger lead than what we ended with.
We heard there was a team meeting, and a certain coach even, not necessarily called out his team captain, but made everyone aware of how important it was to get back on the right side and sort of get back to who you are. How important is it along an 82-game ride to sometimes have moments like that where you have to confront what's not there and how to make it right again?
I mean, you're definitely clearing the air, clearing the room. But, all being said, we like when Coach confronts us. It's just he got to be prepared when we bark back. We're all grown men at the end of the day, so we don't like what he said. We can always have a man-to-man conversation.
How important was it to you? I mean, you could see by the numbers, but especially the rebounding numbers, that, you were sort of there setting a tone. Was that, as team captain, just what you had to do, or is it just the way the game played out?
No, that's the way the game goes. I'm always going to try to rebound. I'm always going to lead by example. That doesn't have to be said. My job is what it is to lead by example, and I'm going to continue to try to do that every night.
Nice to see Niko get maybe back closer to the right place of who he is.
Yeah. It's always good to see Niko in that type of mindset when he's free of the color, free of the clutter, and being able to make plays and just have that type of energy about himself.
So many times when guys get 2 quick fouls, they lose themselves, they lose their energy, they're afraid of the third foul. Pelle never stopped being Pelle. When he went back into the second period, and he really ignited you guys to that 20-point lead. What does it say about his growth curve that he could push past 2 early fouls and still be his best self?
I mean, it's just mature basketball. Understanding that, he still has a job to do at the end of the day, not to be afraid to get your third. We like when Pelle plays physical. We understand that it comes with fouls sometimes. So for us, it's understanding that, but him just being mature about it and understanding he has 2 fouls but still being aggressive.
A gazillion offensive rebounds in the first half. Obviously, some of that comes off missed shots, but you guys had looked very intentional that everyone was crashing. Was that a statement you were trying to make with those offensive rebounds?
Just crashing the glass. We understand that they have problems with defensive rebounding. So for us, just crashing the glass, that's been our identity lately, and it's been working for us.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. I guess the first question, just with Kaz, what happened? Where do we stand now?
Don't know. It was an inadvertent elbow. We'll find out, more.
Is that the kind of situation you almost didn't want to have him in, but you just didn't have enough bodies, which is why he went back in late in the game?
No, he probably would have been in, regardless. Things are going to happen. It's a contact sport.
The offensive rebounding, especially in the first half, was that messaging, or was these guys just finally deciding it was something they had to do?
We've been making more efforts with this. It's been an emphasis all year, but guys are doing a better job of making the efforts, this last 3 weeks or so. Anything that has to do with just making a multiple effort, we want to do it as a basketball team, and that's on both sides of the floor. So it fits, our personality.
Pelle, the foul trouble resurfaced, but it seemed the difference is once he went back in, even with those 2 fouls, he was his same aggressive self and sort of provided that boost. How inspiring was it to go out in the first 2 minutes but still come back full force?
Yeah, it shows that he's able to stay engaged on the sideline and not be, taken out of any kind of rhythm. He's not really a rhythm player, so it's more effort, energy, and making the intangible plays. The first foul he got was that really wasn't a foul, so it was a cheap foul, and it was unfortunate he had to come out, but he's mentally stable enough to be able to handle that, and then came back in and made a big impact.
Niko up and down, today up? Something he did different or something you
No,
saw?
I don't think we need to over-exaggerate, the process. This is what a lot of players go through, and he just has to stay the course. He'll be just fine, and it was probably really good for him to, see the ball go in and, find a way to get to the free throw line, and be able to make some plays. He's important, to what we're trying to do. And so, we'll stay the course, with it, and and these are great opportunities for growth.
It seems after tough ones, Bam is often the leader to sort of bring it back together, and what he did with his double-double and the way he did it tonight.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, he did it. Because we talked about in our meeting this morning that we did not defend in the Portland game. It doesn't matter what the stats were. It's just there's a feeling, and the Blazers did not feel us enough, and we paid the price for that. Ended up being from the 3-point line. And then tonight we wanted to make sure that we came out with more force, and Bam set the tone for that. It was on the offensive glass. It was defensively calling out schemes, rebounding the defensive glass, and then knocking down shots. He's really showing his versatility right now offensively.
And because it shouldn't just be about the injury, Kaz sort of showed a guile tonight in the way he played. Your thoughts on his minutes?
I'm encouraged by what Cass has been doing the last month. It's not always going to translate to wow moments, but he was really steady tonight. Played with energy, played also smart. He got in the paint and made some plays, and then he's a really good mover without the ball. So he was a recipient of a couple threes. He's one of our best, actually, without the ball, which is a big credit to him studying and learning how to get into open spots. So it was good to see him play extended minutes tonight, and hopefully he'll be fine.
26 offensive rebounds is a staggering number. I mean, no Miami Heat team has done that since 1994. So
Well,
I'm just wondering, you look at that number, do you say something to your team about that? What goes behind it and after it?
well, we want to make the efforts, to go to the glass, and like I said, on either side of the floor, anything that has to do with making a multiple effort. You could stand and watch. You can stand and get back, kind of shuffle back, or you can make an effort. We've been shooting more threes, so those are good opportunities to crash on the glass. But it's all of it, the drives, the cutting without the ball. Sometimes that puts you in position. And then also some misses, right? That's also what we're trying to, cover our ground regardless of what happens on the shot.
Do you have a philosophy on your perimeter guys, whether or not you want them to crash or go?
I'm fine with them going. Yeah, well, we want them making efforts. I'd rather them do that than stand and watch. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Eric.